Hi, this is Tom from Enemy, and we're at the Great Escape in Brighton with Budjerah. How's it going?
It's going good.
So this is your first time at the Great Escape and in Brighton?
Yeah, it's my first time like overseas, pretty much.
First time performing overseas or just overseas in general?
Just overseas in general, yeah.
How are you finding it?
It's nice. I'm still getting used to hearing like a different accent and seeing like squirrels. We don't have squirrels in Australia, so it's pretty cool. I've been having a good time.
What are your opinions on the squirrels? Are you enjoying them?
I like them. They're really cute. Like just seeing them on the internet. I've heard like just like talking to a few people. Like apparently they're like pests in London.
Yeah, they're a bit pesky. Yeah.
But they're so cute. I've only seen good things about them on the internet. So I still like them.
So you've played a few sets so far, haven't you?
Yeah.
And how have they gone? How are you finding when you're doing a festival like this? When you're playing several shows, are you kind of seeing that you're taking stuff from show to show, realizing what works with this crowd and that crowd? And
definitely, yeah. So I did like Thursday, Friday, Saturday. So like on Thursday, I played a set and it was like 25 minutes they gave me, and I was like, I need to put an extra song in. I had more time than what I thought. And then I was like, okay, well, if I can do an extra song, I'll switch this one around. And so yesterday's set was like the same songs but different. And I'm pretty sure today will be a different version of that as well. Just like trying to figure out what's the best way to play these songs.
And there's a big sort of contingent from Australia here. Loads of great artists coming to play here. It must be fun to see a bit of a community of all these different artists coming over and sort of showing what they can do, and you're part of that now. Yeah.
Oh, it's so awesome. Like the town I come from, there's not really a massive music scene too, so like going to Sydney and Melbourne, it's nice to be around musicians. But here, like I'm just seeing, like I walk down the street, oh, there's this person, hey, how you going? So like, so nice to meet you. I really love the sense of community in, you know, this festival, and I just think it's the funnest thing ever.
And so, yeah, like you're saying, this is your first world tour. Do you still have to sort of like pinch yourself a little bit to realise this is what you're doing?
Yeah, all the time. It's like, if I'm like, sometimes I get my own ads on like Instagram for like the shows and whatever, and I'll look at them and be like, this doesn't look right. This looks weird. My name shouldn't be there. Why is my picture just here? It's weird seeing people like, oh, like, we listen to your music all the time, which it like still just blows my mind that this is
like a difficult thing to overcome, sort of that imposter syndrome. Like it should be someone else, not me. But
yeah, but it's cool.
So you've got some shows coming up with Vance Joy. Have you done those kind of support slots before?
For a few at home, for a few artists like Thelma Plum and the Avalanches, but it's my first time doing some shows with Vance, and he's a really cool guy, and I'm really glad that he just asked me to come along, and I was like, yeah. So I'm really glad, like, you know, giving me opportunity, which is just really kind, I think.
You've just had this song come out with Ed Sheeran. Just tell us a little bit how that came about, because that is just huge.
Well, you know, I don't really have a clue how it come about. It's, you know, it was shocking, like I said before, like that he even said my name right, and for the aria at home, and I just wouldn't have a clue. I know we got like the same record label and you know, connection through Michael Gudinski, so I think maybe that was a big reason, like a big thing for the collaboration happening. But yeah, I really like, there's so many other, you know, great Australian artists that he could have got Kid Laroi, he could have got anyone, Sia, like biggest names in the world, but he picked me, so
it's kind of like a remix version of the song, isn't it?
Yeah. So
what kind of input do you have on, like, I mean, remixing a song by Ed Sheeran, that's a lot of pressure to do something slightly different and mix it up.
Yeah, it was kind of weird. I think I wrote three different verses. The first one was, I sort of was like, well, I'll do it how I would normally do it, where I did lots of like harmonies, and I made it like really pretty and like kind of like drawn out singing, because that's like when I grew up learning how to sing, I'd learnt to just sing everything out, so I did it that way. But you know, the way he does his verses, it's very fast paced and very like rappy. So they come back to me, they're like, could you like, you know, just pick up the pace a little bit. So I had to really, I had to try like figure out how to do me in, you know, sort of like a rappy way, which is like really good. I think it really expanded, you know, my skill set with my voice.
It's a new challenge for you.
New challenge, but it was definitely yeah, it was great. It was kind of like, yeah, just trying to figure out how I can fit best on this, but still bring myself to the, you know, show up.
Yeah, and what, you know, particularly with that song and the stuff Ed's doing at the moment with loads of different artists all around the world.
Yeah.
Starting to feel like there's a bit of, he's connecting with all these different smaller artists and bigger artists. And like you say, coming over to Brighton and seeing all of these musicians, you must start to feel really connected to the music world beyond Australia and into all these different countries.
Yeah. Oh, it's like, it's awesome. There's so much, you know, the world, like all the musicians, like there's so much like stories to be heard, which I love. And it's just like, it's really like, in my head, I'm thinking of the word wondrous. I don't know if that's the right word to explain it, but it's
a pretty wondrous thing.
Yeah, it's like it's a wonderful like thing, and like it's really like awesome, like to think of how many people there are and just all the art and the beauty in that. So being able to like even see artists, like new artists coming up like myself, and like it's just really cool. Like it's watching history happen.
Yeah. That's awesome. Well, best of luck with the tour. Best of luck with your final show today.
Yeah.
And thank you very much for talking to us, and thank you very much for watching.
Oh, thanks for having me.